Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Triple N Talk Show. I am Dr. NIK NIKAM, and we are coming to you on YouTube and also on Google Plus. Talking about YouTube, please do visit our YouTube channel, which is NIK NIKAM, and there we have more than 800 videos accenting our experience here in the Houston area and also in the United States. We also have a Facebook page, which is NIK NIKAM Network, where we keep you abreast of what's happening in and around the Houston area and from around the world. So please do visit our Facebook page, which is NIK NIKAM Network, and like our page. Today I have two special guests, Rahul Chauhan and Paarth maniar, right? Gentlemen, welcome to Triple N Talk Show, and we are going to be talking about Boy Scouts of America. Gentlemen, hold on. My scarf is making noise. Oh, okay, gentlemen, we are delighted to have you, and we are going to journey through your 10 plus years of Boy Scouts life. So what I'll do is just give a little brief introduction about yourselves, and then we will, learn everything about Boy Scouts today.
I'm Rahul Chauhan. I am a sophomore at Clemens High School. I've been in Boy Scouts for basically since I started the first grade, and I have just recently become an Eagle Scout.
I'm Paarth maniar. I am a sophomore at Clemens High School, and I started Boy Scouts in third grade, and I've just accomplished the Eagle Scout.
That's fascinating. Congratulations, gentlemen. And I was also involved with Boy Scouts. That is more than 20 years ago, when my son was also attending First Colony Middle School, and that's where we started off. That was 20 years ago, and this brings back real fond memories of me working with my son NNN Nikam, now who is an interventional cardiologist. So let's talk about how old were you when you started your Boy Scouts training?
I joined scouting, like I said, first grade, so that I started scouting when I was 6 years old.
6 years old. Okay. How about you?
And I started scouting when I was around 8 years old.
Okay. For the benefit of those young boys who are interested in going into Boy Scouts of America, let's walk us through the various levels of Boy Scout trainings that you have undergone.
Okay, so there's like two sections to scouting, at least for the main part, Cub Scouts and Boy Scouts. And Cub Scouts is basically the primary part, in which you would go through 4 different ranks, Tiger, Wolf, Bear, and then Webelow. And then you would continue on through scouting, where you would go through more ranks.
In scouting, you would go through more ranks. Start off with Scout, you move up to Tenderfoot, into second class, to first class, Star, Life, and then finally Eagle Scout.
So how many years is the Cub Scouts?
I would say Cub Scouts is about 4 years.
4 years?
Assuming that you start like at the very beginning.
Yeah. But I mean, how do you make progress from like one level to the other? Maybe you can name all these different levels you went through. In the Cub Scout.
In Cub Scouts, it's a lot of like moving up as you age older. But once you get into Boy Scouts, like Scout to Tenderfoot, you have requirements you have to fulfill, different things you have to do. You have to go to campouts. You have to display certain skills to be allowed to move on to the next rank.
Okay, maybe you can just give us really a synopsis of what kind of training do you get at these various levels. And I was doing some research. I came across that you have to get certain badges or something like that at each level. Is that maybe you can expand on that?
So in Boy Scouts, like Paarth said, there are multiple different levels. Starting in the beginning, the requirements are more fundamental, and you're learning basic things such as like basic cooking, basic management, organization. For example, one of them is like learning how to conduct a flag ceremony, etc. While when you move more up and within the ranks, you would have to complete requirements that require certain badges, which we call merit badges, which are designated to certain different topics.
Also, when you first start, you're learning a lot of the skills for the first time.
Yeah.
So it's like you're learning them, and you're just starting to figure things out with them. And as you get up to the higher ranks, you get more into applying those skills, and you start teaching those skills as well to the new incoming scouts. So it's overall, you keep, refreshing your skills as you go.
That's
And-
interesting. So you're learning at the same time you're teaching the younger recruits.
Yes.
That's fascinating. It looks like you got a whole line of 3 lines of badges.
Yes.
Let's talk about these different badges. What do they mean, and how much your involvement is taken up in getting these badges?
Well, there's like 100 plus merit badges,
I see, yeah.
each covering like different topics. In Boy Scouts, you have to achieve at a minimum 21. Well, now 22, considering with new additions coming along. And some of them are required, which we call Eagle required, which means that you must complete these, which are like the basic 11, 12, while the remaining 10 are any of your choice, whether it be chess, whether it be astronomy, etc.
Oh, I see. You want to expand on that?
Also, your Eagle required merit badges are aligned with a silver lining around them.
Oh,
You
I
can
see.
differentiate between your Eagle merit badges and your regular ones. And your Eagle Scout required ones, they're all very fundamental, a lot of life skills and skills you
Yeah.
need to learn. And whereas other merit badges can be just other side interests you have. You learn a lot, but it's not as fundamental for Boy Scouts as the Eagle required.
That's fascinating. Ladies and gentlemen, we are talking about Boy Scouts of America, and my special guests are Rahul Chauhan and Paarth Maniar, and we are talking about various levels of Boy Scouts training. And okay, let's talk about what other types of training do you get in Boy Scouts?
Well, when you move up within the ranks, you'll have leaderships within the troop itself. Whether it be, well, first of all, you're separated into different patrols. Usually it's the people that you join Boy Scouts with or people within your age group. And so you may have the ability to become your patrol leader, and there are other various leadership positions within the troop as well.
And also, you talked about training. There are different types of little training things you can earn. Like we have something called a totemship, which means we go through a lot of safety training and stuff, and so we will be allowed to use little pocket knives and axes and anything. There's also something called a fireman's chip, which it shows that you're certified to start a fire, build a fire at a camp out. And we have lots of different chips for that. Also, many Boy Scouts are CPR certified. We learned that through the first aid merit badge, and we get all those trainings because we're Boy Scouts.
That's fascinating. Ladies and gentlemen, you are watching a Triple N talk show. I am Dr. NIK NIKAM, and we are talking about Boy Scouts of America. Okay, let's talk about the camping. Did you all attend a camping?
Yeah.
Yeah, walk us through your experience as far as the camping is concerned.
Well, there's multiple different types of camping. The most common one, the most well-known one, is just the monthly campouts. There you will go out with your troop and the other Boy Scouts, go out in the wilderness, and you just conduct basic camping. It's very different because you're not used to your comfortable home. You're not with some of your school friends. You're away from your computer, etc. And so I guess you're in a sense forced to communicate person to person, which gives a completely different experience.
You didn't talk about the smartphone.
Sorry?
You said you're not far away from your smartphone, are you?
No. Usually most likely you're not going to have your smartphone with you. It's for you to be within the wilderness and within your other fellow scouts.
That's like a severe withdrawal, I would say, for teenagers. Paarth, what kind of experience did you have when you went camping? Where do you all go for camping?
So there's a lot of state parks around. Those are on the monthly campouts. We usually go to state parks, and usually the campout, whether it's really fun or not, really depends on Mother Nature, the weather. And there are some campouts where it's just absolutely beautiful weather. We accomplish a lot of things. We teach things. We do a lot of fun activities. Go on hikes. But then there are other campouts where it's just raining so hard, and then a lot of times you're just sitting under a tent. So it all really depends on Mother Nature, but most campouts are absolutely, incredibly fun. Even the rainy ones, we always find a way to do something even without our smartphones and technology.
So when you went camping, did you all have to put up your own tents, or were you in like a semi-building?
When we go camping, we all have tents. Usually we have like a buddy or 3 people to a tent. It really depends. We get there, we have to set up our own tents. We put them up. We make sure all the tarps are tucked so no water leaks in, and there's no really civilization of any kind except for like the entrance area. So everything is like tents, and we've set up everything ourselves.
So okay, what about food and all this? When you go camping?
Well, when we go camping, we'll have like a special night. For example, it's usually the Saturday nights where we'll have the bonfire and we'll cook something off that fire. So we usually make things that are more dessert aligned, just so then after we eat our dinner, we have something to look forward to. And not only is it like fun to eat, it's like a different experience because you use a different way of cooking, and the experience of cooking it and the different way with like the bonfire is truly amazing.
So when you went camping, how many days did you all stay there?
Depends on the campout. On the monthly campouts, usually we go Friday night and we'll come back Sunday afternoon. And as far as food is concerned, every time we go to a campout, we're separated into groups that are called patrols. And each patrol has one designated member called the grub master, who's responsible for buying ingredients, and then they'll bring it to the campout, and then we'll cook with that We'll use those ingredients to cook over the fire and make our food.
That's fascinating. Ladies and gentlemen, you are watching a Triple N Media talk show. I am Dr. NIK NIKAM, your host. We are coming to you live from Houston, Texas, and I should say Sugarland, Texas. And we are talking about the Boy Scouts of America, and my special guests are Rahul Chauhan and Paarth Maniar. Okay, let's talk about what is the Boy Scouts motto.
It is be prepared.
Be prepared no matter what.
Yes.
Okay, let's talk about all the different badges you have. Maybe you can explain to us what all this means, because if somebody is starting to know about Boy Scouts, maybe they can understand what all these different badges you have.
Well, like Paarth said earlier, we have numerous different merit badges, and these ones that are like not silver aligned are more of side topics, side interests. And so, as you can see, I have like lots of different interests. But I tried to go into a more like science and math kind of thing. While you'll see when you're joining Boy Scouts, you'll see merit badges that you are definitely interested in, whether it's scuba diving, whether it's like drawing, graphic arts, etc. And so there's definitely always merit badges out there that will follow your interests, so you can never feel like you're left out.
Okay, let's talk about all these different things you have. Maybe you can explain to a new recruit who wants to come in. Yeah, let's talk about all these different badges. What do they mean?
Okay, so the first badge is right here is your rank patch. I have the eagle patch, so does Rahul. It just signifies, your rank.
Yes.
And this patch right here, this purple one, it's like the symbol of scouting, and we both have the ring around ours because we joined in 2010, which was marked the centennial anniversary, the 100th anniversary of scouting, so we got a special ring.
Before you go further, the former president Ronald Reagan was a Boy Scout. Okay, let's talk about the badges you have on your shoulders and what do they signify?
Well, there's a patch here that says train, meaning that I am trained in leadership. Here, I don't have one at the current moment, but this is usually where your leadership position patch goes, whether it be patrol leader, etc. Here is where your troop number will go on the top of your left arm.
Oh, okay. What's the one on? That's just saying it's from Sam Houston.
Yes,
area.
It would be my
the area. What does this green stripe here mean?
This green flag pretty much just signifies that we are Boy Scouts.
Okay. Okay, let's talk about, in Girl Scouts, I had a son in Boy Scouts, I had a daughter in Girl Scouts. So do you have to do fundraisings, things like that, go wash cars and all this? Did you all do that?
Not like necessarily washing cars, but we do have fundraisings. Boy Scouts are known for having to raise money by selling popcorn or selling coupon books. And so in the past, I've done both. I've participated in both, and so we'll try to like give these, whether it be like for example, coupon books. We'll try to sell them coupon books, and we'll raise those money, and so we can put it into like a Boy Scouting effort.
Parth, what kind of fundraising did you get involved with?
Those are the main, really main
Yeah.
two things that we do. I sold coupon books. I've also sold popcorn,
Yeah.
and those are really the only two things. You don't get the cool cookies like the Girl Scouts. So
Okay, let's talk about, were you all involved with the Pinewood Derby?
Yes, when I was young, I participated in Pinewood Derby multiple times.
Uh-huh. What was your experience?
Pinewood Derby, when I was at least the short 2 years I was in Cub Scouts, Pinewood Derby was really, really fun. I just recently, actually, I went back and I volunteered so I could help out running the race for current
I
Cub
see.
Scouts. And
I have very fond memories of Pinewood Derby when I was helping my son out, because the first time we did a Pinewood Derby car, we painted the American flag on it. It looked ugly and it didn't even go half the track on the racetrack, and my son was really mad. So the next 3-4 years, this is what we designed. This was one, as you all can see, and this is the next one, which got the second place for workmanship. Then the next 2 years, we got the top trophy, first place trophy for these two workmanship. So there are the two trophies we have. So I had a great teamwork when I was working with my son. I think that's one of the things that I really liked about Boy Scouts. And we have Dr. Rahul Chauhan sitting there, and maybe you want to come and pitch in and talk about the parents' role. So come on over. There's a microphone for you, and you can turn on the button. Okay, let's talk about the. Okay, yeah, let's talk about the parents. Yeah, you can get that microphone and turn the switch on. Yeah, just take it out from the.
Well, parents' role is to support.
Okay, you can come behind them. So.
The parents' role is to support the kids and be there and guide them.
Little bit
and,
closer.
and encourage them
Yeah.
to do the activities. It's a long-term commitment. So it's not a one weekend activity. It's a year-long encouragement. They learn the skill set to do things. They need patience, persistence, and they learn the leadership skills by teaching other students who are joining the Boy Scout.
So how many times you have to drive them back and forth to the scout training?
Well, I'm an assistant scout master. So when my son was very small, we used to go on weekends, on Friday, come back on Sunday, and be there. Especially when they're young, you worry about them, how will they adjust and whether they'll be okay or not. As they became older, we let them go on their own and be a part of the camp outs, and it's really a fun thing. You think the kids would be really not in the element, being out there in cold, rain and things, but they have such a good time with the camaraderie with their friends that they learn, they have a fun time, and they really cherish those moments. And they go through high adventure camps like Philmont, scuba diving, and those are the memories lifelong for them.
That's fascinating. Ladies and gentlemen, you are watching a Triple N talk show. I am Dr. NIK NIKAM, and we are talking about the Boy Scouts of America, and my two special guests are Rahul Chauhan and Paarth maniar. Okay, let's talk about the Eagle Scout, because everybody, when they join, they don't know a whole lot about Eagle Scout when you're like 6-7 years old, but as you spend like next 5-10 years, everybody is pumped up to Eagle Scout. So share us your experience journeying to the level of getting the Eagle Scouts and how challenging it was.
When you join like Boy Scouts in the very beginning, the Eagle Scouts that visit your troop, that you hear speeches from, whether it be your friends' parents, maybe even your own parents, they're definitely a role model in your scouting career, and it's something you look up to, and it's like an overall like lifetime achievement that you would like to achieve, and Paarth and I have achieved that recently.
So did you have to do anything special for the Eagle Scout award?
Become Eagle Scout, the main thing that separates all the other ranks from Eagle is the big Eagle Scout project, in which you have to do like a big project for your community. It's a big community service project, and you have to get it approved, and it has to be really benefiting the community for you to get your Eagle Scout.
Okay, let's talk about that arrow that they talk about for the Eagle Scouts.
The Arrow of Light?
Yeah.
Well, like the Arrow of Light is like a ceremony in which a Cub Scout actually transitions into becoming a Boy Scout, and it's that transition between, I guess you could say, a more mature attitude and a more mature lifestyle. Because if you look into the overall aspects, the Cub Scouts and Boy Scouts are like distinctly different, and so the Arrow of Light ceremony is a way in which you transition in between those two sections.
Okay, that's fascinating. And you have a special ceremony coming up this weekend, right? Okay, let's talk about that.
All right, so this weekend is something called the Eagle Court of Honor.
Yeah.
Normally in a troop, we have Court of Honors like every 3 months, in which all the awards of all the scouts are recognized. When you become an Eagle Scout, you have a special Eagle Court of Honor ceremony where you're recognizing all of the Eagle Scouts' achievements, and you're presenting the Eagle Scout with his award of Eagle. So it's just a special ceremony reserved for just Eagle Scouts. And mine and Rahul's is this Saturday.
So how many people are graduating Eagle Scouts in your troop this time?
This year, well, starting from like the school year between like September of 2015, we've had multiple new Eagles joining our ranks. Off the top of my head, I can estimate maybe close to 12 this time around. There's plenty more to come. We can see it within our troop itself. So it's looking bright.
Okay, if a 5-year-old boy is watching this video and he wants to convince his dad that he wants to join the Cub Scouts, what advice do you have for the boy and for the parents?
Okay, so some advice is that it's truly worth it joining Boy Scouts. You learn a lot. You do a lot. I do a lot of things I never thought I would do. When I was in 3rd grade, my dad actually did not want me to join Boy Scouts, and I was able to convince him. All my friends are doing it and everything. And then I've learned so many life skills now. And then my dad now truly believes that it's been a really beneficial factor to my life.
How is this different from getting academic training in the school?
I guess Boy Scouts is more oriented in different things, because academically in school you learn about like math, science, English, etc. And in Boy Scouts you learn a more, not specifically study-related material, but more extracurricular material such as like leadership, organization, problem solving, management, etc. And so these are certain things that you can't get formally taught in a school. It's an organization, a third-party organization that's helping teach you these talents and abilities. Okay,
how it has changed your life and perception of your training?
So Boy Scouts has taught me a lot of ideals. We have a law and an oath, and it's given me, I've learned leadership skills, communication skills, teamwork, how to work with others, and these are the skills that are really, truly necessary in life and in future, and I will always apply them as I'm an adult. So Boy Scouts has influenced my life, like my entire life, all the way. Boy Scouts has impacted my life because it's taught me many skills which I will always use in the future, like communication skills, leadership skills. It's given me ideals and a lot of good morals which will always stay with me throughout my life.
Oh, okay, I know Eagle Scout is not very easy to achieve. What kind of specific projects did each one of you do to get to this level? Maybe you can expand on that, because all the young boys are more interested in, what do I need to do to get to the finish line?
I guess like just to start things off, just based on that comment, don't rush it, because that's definitely going to ruin your experience. take it in steps. And
That's a very good point because I know everybody wants. Okay, I want to get the Eagle Scout. That's their first reaction.
Yeah, so I would say don't take it in steps and definitely take it alongside your peers and your friends because it's going to be a lot more enjoyable, a lot more fun. And if you're rushing it, you're always going to be tripping up. You'll always come across problems, and it won't be an experience worthwhile. Touching base on my project, I built a vegetable garden for an elementary school out in Missouri City, and the project consisted of building 3 beds in which then the school would be able to plant their own plant different plants, different vegetables for the students to study. And within the project itself, you learn multiple things, mostly leadership, because this is near the ending of your scouting career. Well, not necessarily, but nearing the ending of achieving Eagle. And some things you learn during the project is that you need to be able to adapt when a problem does occur. For example, if you're building something, for example, if a tool is broken or if someone accidentally injures themselves, how to solve this problem. And also touching base on leadership, how to distribute the work so you can efficiently get it done.
How about your project?
My project, I did it at my home middle school, so it was a lot of memories coming back to me. And also, I made a little brick pathways on 2 sides of the school, and on all those bricks that I laid into the ground had former or alumni's names carved into them and what years they were at the school. So the school wanted me to remove the old ones, which were in the ground already, and take the new ones and put them all in one location. And so it involved me, digging pretty deep into the ground, and I also had to go through a lot of problem solving, with the water piping issues. But I had to use all my leadership skills and my all the skills, that I learned through scouting to be able to complete that project. It was a lot of challenges occurred, but it was a very memorable experience, and I had a lot of fun working with all my scouts and leading them.
That's fascinating. And you all brought some photographs. Let's show it to the camera, and maybe you can explain to us what it means. Some of the colors may not show up, but you just hold it like this. Okay, that's wonderful. Yeah. Okay, maybe you can explain to us.
This is a picture of me on the left-hand side, and on the right-hand side is my certification for becoming an Eagle. I guess you could consider it the highest rank, although you still have things called palms, which I believe Paarth and I will still try to aim for, which is just additional merit badges, service, etc. And so it just basically states that I am an Eagle Scout, I have achieved it, and the date I have achieved it.
Okay, let's see, Paarth, let's see your certificate, and so we can get a glimpse of what it looks like. That's wonderful, yes.
And it states the same things as Rahul, except with
okay, so
name.
now you're getting your Eagle Scout this weekend, and you're all excited. What is the next step when you're going to college? Is there something that is of a continuation of your Eagle Scout training, or you have to go to a different route?
It's kind of different. I mean, I'll still be an Eagle Scout, but we'll still be Eagle Scouts even when we go to college. Stays with us throughout their life. But there's something called Venture Scouts, which I believe is 18 and older, I believe. And because once you get through scouting, you age out of scouting at the age of 18. You age out of Boy Scouts. So there's something older called Venture Scouts, and it's with boys and girls combined, and you can continue all of these scouting skills and fun activities even while you're older.
Gentlemen, it's been a pleasure talking to you, and Rahul, it's a pleasure. Thank you for coming on Triple N Talk Show, and Paarth, it's been a pleasure talking to you. Ladies and gentlemen, we have been talking about Boy Scouts of America, and both Rahul and Paarth have achieved the Eagle Scouts. Just like in medicine, once you finish medical school, you're a doctor, so for lifetime. So you are an Eagle Scout for the rest of your life. Congratulations, and I'll be looking forward to come to your graduation and get some pictures. And thank you very much. And ladies and gentlemen, you have been watching a Triple N Talk Show, and please do visit our YouTube channel, which is NIK NIKAM, and subscribe to our channel. And also, please do visit our social media Facebook page, which is NIK NIKAM Network, where we keep you abreast of what's happening in and around town and from around the world. And until next time, this is Dr. NIK NIKAM, and you have been watching Triple N Talk Show. Thank you.